Your Disney World wingman is back, because with everything that's closing, you'll definitely need a guide through the graveyard of dead and dying rides and attractions in Walt Disney World. That's right, these rides are doomed. Doomed. In November 2024, Disney announced that Muppet Vision 3D, right here behind me in Disney's Hollywood Studios, would be closing in order to make way for a brand new Monsters, Inc. themed land. Final day of operation for Muppet Vision 3D is scheduled for June 7th, 2025. Recognizing the attraction's significance as Jim Henson's final project, Disney stated they are having creative conversations and exploring ways to preserve the film and other parts of the experience for fans to enjoy in the future. There's been a lot of speculation about what that could possibly mean. Of course, with Disney, it could literally mean anything. The Jim Henson Company also released a statement noting, as we learn of the show's upcoming closure in its current form at Disney's Hollywood Studios, we look forward to Muppet Vision 3D's next act. That definitely sounds intriguing. It definitely sounds exciting. But if you want to see Muppet Vision 3D in its current and original form, June 7th, 2025 is your last day to do it. Mama Melrose's Ristorante Italiano and Pizza Rizzo are also both closing in 2025 to make way for that Monsters, Inc. themed land. This marks the end of what was originally supposed to be a full-fledged Muppets themed land within Disney MGM Studios, now known as Disney's Hollywood Studios. Mama Melrose's opened on September 26th, 1991 in a space originally planned as part of a Muppets expansion that never happened. The restaurant leaned into its Hollywood Italian backstory. And as that story went, after moving from a small Sicilian village to Hollywood to pursue an acting career, Mama Melrose discovered her true passion was cooking. She began preparing her father's secret recipes for her fellow actors and crew members on set. Her culinary talents gained popularity among film industry insiders who encouraged her to open a restaurant in a vacant backlot warehouse. Over time, these industry friends contributed various memorabilia to decorate the establishment, leading to its eclectic collection of Hollywood and Italian artifacts with string lights, film memorabilia, and a menu full of Italian-American delicacies. While not explicitly Muppet themed, its placement was a remnant of those earlier plans. Pizza Rizzo came much later, opening on November 18th, 2016, replacing Pizza Planet, a Toy Story themed eatery that had been there since 1995. The rebrand was meant to tie into the Muppets Courtyard concept, with Rizzo the Rat running a classic New York-style pizza joint filled with inside jokes and quirky details. Mama Melrose's will close on May 10th, 2025, and Pizza Rizzo will follow on June 7th, 2025, as this area is reimagined into the Monsters, Inc. themed land. To ensure the Muppets remain a vibrant part of Disney's Hollywood Studios, Disney has announced that the characters will be relocating to Sunset Boulevard, taking over... well... let's just head over that way now. Over here on Sunset Boulevard, a rock and roller coaster starring Aerosmith is about to close forever. This brings an end to the high-speed music-fueled attraction that has been a Hollywood Studios staple since 1999. The ride, which has thrilled guests for over 25 years, will be completely reimagined with a brand new storyline featuring the Muppets. When Rock and Roller Coaster first opened, it was a cutting-edge launch coaster, one of Disney's most thrilling attractions, and one of the only rides in a Disney park to focus on a real-world rock band and include inversions. Yeah, you go upside down on this one. The experience, blasting from 0 to 57 miles per hour in under 3 seconds, whipping through inversions set to a custom Aerosmith soundtrack, was an instant hit. Now, after a quarter century, it's racing into the sunset for good. Disney has not officially announced when Rock and Roller Coaster will shut down for its transformation, but it has confirmed that the new ride will feature Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem as they prepare for a chaotic rock-fueled music festival with some surprise special guests. While the ride system will remain the same, everything else from the storyline to the music to the theming will be overhauled to reflect the Muppet signature offbeat energy and humor. I'm excited about it. This is a huge shift for Rock and Roller Coaster, and it comes at an interesting time. Just months ago, Aerosmith announced their retirement from touring after lead singer Steven Tyler suffered vocal cord damage that forced them to cancel their farewell tour. While Disney hasn't linked the decision to Aerosmith's retirement, the timing does raise some questions about whether the band's exit from public eye played a role in the attraction's reimagining. One thing's for sure, when this version of the ride closes for good, that probably marks the end of the era of Aerosmith's representation in Disney parks for good as well. And while fans of the original might be mourning the loss, the Muppets takeover signals a whole new kind of mayhem is on the way. Animal! Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy closed permanently on October 7th, 2024, after only 5 years of being open. The show, which opened on March 31st, 2019, was the first major Cars-themed attraction in Walt Disney World, bringing Pixar's beloved franchise to life through a combination of animatronics and large-scale projection screens. The highlight of the show was a fully articulated Lightning McQueen animatronic, featuring detailed facial expressions and movements synced to dialogue by Owen Wilson. The surrounding wraparound screen placed guests inside the Rust-Ease Racing Center, where McQueen shared racing tips until, inevitably, things went off course and a last-minute comeback saved the day. This venue, known as Sunset Showcase, has a history of hosting Disney villain-themed events. Notably, it was home to Club Villain, a ticketed dining event that celebrated popular villains through performances and character interactions. With the closure of Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy, the space is being transformed for a new production, Disney Villains Unfairly Ever After, set to debut in summer 2025. This live show will feature iconic villains such as Maleficent, Captain Hook, and Cruella de Vil, each performing individual musical numbers while in a setting inspired by the magic mirror from Snow White. For Cars fans, this marks the end of the franchise's presence in Hollywood studios for now, but you'll soon be able to visit the entire Cars land, scheduled to replace Tom Sawyer Island and Rivers of America in Magic Kingdom. But that's kind of, that should have come with a spoiler alert. DinoLand U.S.A. is disappearing and the closures have already begun. Disney has confirmed the entire land will be replaced by Tropical Americas, a new area featuring attractions inspired by Encanto and Indiana Jones. While some parts of DinoLand are still open, large sections of it are already extinct. Primeval World was the first to go, with inconsistent operations due to issues of multiple types. It didn't reopen after the pandemic. It closed with everything else in 2020, and it never reopened. It sat as a ghost ride until 2021 when they started to demolish it, and since then it sat back there as an empty lot. And then on January 12th, 2025, the entire Chester and Hester's Dinorama area was wiped out. Triceratops Spin, not spinning anymore. Fossil Fun Games and the Chester and Hester's Dinosaur Treasures gift shop all closed on the same day, officially ending the carnival-inspired side of DinoLand. That means half of DinoLand is already extinct, but it's not over yet. As of filming this video, Disney hasn't announced the closing dates for the rest of the land, but it's just a matter of time. Always keep an eye on AllEars.net, the AllEars social media outlets, and of course, our YouTube channel right here. Restaurantosaurus and the nearby snack stands are also on borrowed time. The quick service spot right here has been part of DinoLand since the park opened in 1998, but it doesn't fit with the Encanto or Indiana Jones theming, meaning it will likely be rethemed or replaced entirely. DinoLand is vanishing piece by piece, and by 2026, it'll likely be unrecognizable. What was once a land themed around dinosaurs will soon be home to Columbia and the adventures of Indiana Jones. Either way, DinoLand U.S.A. is in its final days. The Boneyard, DinoLand's playground area, is still open for now. It's one of the last places in the park where kids can run around freely, but with the rest of the land going extinct, it's unlikely to last much longer. It's Tough to Be a Bug has been a staple of Disney's Animal Kingdom since the park opened in 1998. Inspired by Pixar's Bug Life, using animatronics, in-theater effects, and some rather unsettling surprises, like the infamous bugs exiting first moment at the end, to immerse guests in the world of insects. On March 17th, 2025, this attraction will officially close forever to make way for Zootopia Better Zoogether, a brand new show scheduled to debut in winter 2025. Disney has described Better Zoogether as an all-new experience where guests will visit the various biomes of Zootopia alongside Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde. Unlike its predecessor, this attraction is expected to focus on high-energy adventure rather than startling in-theater effects. The show will also feature an animatronic of Clawhauser, which will likely be the highlight of the new experience. Some fans have expressed disappointment that Zootopia is replacing A Bug's Life inside the Tree of Life, since Animal Kingdom has always been about real-world animals and conservation, rather than anthropomorphic city-dwelling ones. However, Disney has assured guests that this new attraction will honor the park's themes by exploring the various biomes of Zootopia, similar to the way the current park is divided into themed lands based on different ecosystems. The Frontierland Shootin' Arcade was an opening day attraction here in Magic Kingdom, and now it's dead already. This was a classic Disney shooting gallery. Hit the right target, the old western town came to life with lights, sounds, and moving figures. Originally, guests fired real lead pellets, but in the 1980s, I know, it is shocking. I can't believe it either. In the 1980s, Disney switched to infrared rifles to reduce maintenance. Yeah, and you know, lead. For decades, this was a paid experience, but when it reopened after the pandemic in 2021, Disney removed the fee. And the great news for DVC members is you're about to get a brand new lounge in Magic Kingdom, and it's gonna be right here, and probably pretty soon. The Liberty Square Riverboat and Rivers of America have been a defining part of Magic Kingdom since its earliest days, offering guests a peaceful, scenic escape through Frontierland and Liberty Square aboard an authentic steam-powered paddle wheeler. But unfortunately, in 2025, both will close permanently as Disney prepares to drain the river and transform the area into a Cars-themed land. There's so many little areas on this riverboat, cool little rooms. This in particular is a place that Quincy likes to come and hide. There's a downstairs you can explore. This gives you a view that is closer to the water. Since October 2nd, 1971, just one day after Magic Kingdom opened, there's been a riverboat sailing the rivers of America. The first vessel, the Admiral Joe Fowler, took guests on this slow-moving, picturesque journey around an undeveloped and inaccessible island in the middle of the river. This island would sit empty for nearly 2 years before becoming Tom Sawyer Island in May 1973. On the same day Tom Sawyer Island opened, a second riverboat was added to the fleet, the Richard F. Irvine, which was later renamed the Liberty Belle in 1996 after an extensive refurbishment. Along the way, we'll pass Harper's Mill, Fort Langhorne, an old settler's cabin, and even a Native American village, all designed to bring the frontier era to life. Standing here now, it's almost impossible for me to comprehend, to take in, to let myself take in the fact that this is an experience that soon will no longer be offered, that this ride or this attraction will be dead forever. I think that this is something we may choose to skip on a day in Walt Disney World, on a day in Magic Kingdom, because there might be more exciting things to do. But when we do take the time to have this experience, it truly brings us back to the original idea, the concept for Disneyland, this nostalgia for a time we were never able to experience. And it's really sad. I don't know. In August 2024, Disney announced that the Liberty Square Riverboat, the Rivers of America, and Tom Sawyer Island would permanently close in 2025 to make room for a Cars-themed expansion in Frontierland. The new area is expected to include 2 new attractions when it opens, including an off-road racing adventure and a family-friendly ride through Radiator Springs. While Disney has not confirmed the exact closure date, the transformation is expected to begin sometime this year, 2025, with the new land opening sometime in 2026. The Liberty Square Riverboat and Rivers of America aren't a thrill ride. They're about slowing down, and they offer a break from the crowds, a rare pocket of stillness in a very hectic park. Walt Disney himself loved his own riverboat in Disneyland, the Mark Twain, and saw it as a way to transport guests to another time and place. With this closure, Magic Kingdom loses not just an attraction, but an entire piece of its atmosphere and its history. A moment of peace, the sound of water churning behind the paddle wheel, and the view of the park from a vantage point that won't exist anymore once it closes. Tom Sawyer Island, which opened on May 20th, 1973 in Magic Kingdom's Frontierland, remains an interactive playground inspired by Mark Twain's novels, but not for long. Guests access the island by boarding rafts near Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, crossing the Rivers of America to this secluded, tree-covered area. The island features hidden caves, wobbly barrel bridges, a working windmill, and Fort Langhorne, a pioneer stockade with non-functional rifles and animatronic humans and animals. Escape tunnels add to the adventure. Aunt Polly's, a southern-inspired quick-service eatery on the island, operated seasonally when open, which used to only happen during peak times and hasn't happened since the pandemic closures of 2020. It offers items like Becky's Buttery Biscuit Barbecue Sliders and peanut butter and raspberry sandwiches, allowing guests to enjoy a meal on the porch while watching the Liberty Square riverboat glide past. In August 2024, Disney announced plans to replace Tom Sawyer Island and the Rivers of America with a Cars-themed land right here in Magic Kingdom. Specific closure dates for the existing attractions have not yet been announced, but you better stay tuned to AllEars.net, AllEars YouTube, and the AllEars social media channels for up-to-the-moment updates. If you're a big Tom Sawyer Island fan or the riverboat, get your plane ticket because it's real. If you liked this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. And now go watch me explain why so many people hate Disney World right now. I promise you it's not that bad. See you next time. Bye.